gonna lose my job, my son, my life.
Jennifer Lopez plays a divorced mother who has an affair with the boy next door. When the neighbor grows obsessed with her, their affair becomes very dangerous. So your movie friend Aaron Dicer, movie reviewer extraordinaire who even gets to go to Hollywood and all these places and check out movies.
Yeah, no, but you know what? It's about the movies. I love film and the stories it can tell. I did not love this film or the story that it told, but we can go a little more into depth into that. This is kind of, it's like Nicholas Sparks meets Fatal Attraction. Nicholas Sparks, of course, famous for kind of the melodramatic, romantic movie, so it's got that element to it. And then it's got the Fatal Attraction thing about obsession and those kind of things. Really, the biggest problem with this movie, what it really comes down to, is we've just seen all of this before. It's very derivative. Since Fatal Attraction, you kind of know where this is going. You know all the beats of the movie. And so as for that, you kind of sit there predicting everything as it's going to happen, which, if you can see it coming, you feel like the characters should be able to see it coming too, and yet they don't. And so you just kind of get distracted by the fact that, the people in this movie don't seem smart enough to really understand how to deal with this kind of stuff. It's a movie about, bad choices and consequences and those kind of things and about obsession, but at the end of the day, there's not much to it.
Super predictable?
Yeah, for sure. And as far as acting goes, I mean, Jennifer Lopez, who's been out of movies for a while now,
I was about to say, it's actually been a while since I've seen her on screen.
I'm not sure. She may be okay in this. I'm just not sure if she's good or everybody around her is overacting so much that it makes her look a little more subdued and good. So the performances around her are so bad that it kind of makes her look good, which is really sad because Kristen Chenoweth is in this too, and I really like her, and she's very talented, but just there's something about this movie just feels way too melodramatic.
Okay, so best thing, worst thing, and final grade on this one?
Yeah, best thing about this, I said, was the shortcuts. In other words, it's only 90 minutes long, so you don't have to wait long through it. It keeps it pretty tight.
That's
Worst
good.
thing, I said SPS. This stands for Stupid Protagonist Syndrome. This is where you want to yell at the screen about the decisions that they're making and that they should make different decisions. Overall grade, I said a D-. Yeah, no, this is pretty sad.
Rude.
Yep.
All right, movie number 2.
It's my job. This is what I gotta do.
But you won't let me call you a critic. You're a friend, not a critic.
Well, see, yes, because I want to be the person who lets you know what's in a movie so that you can decide if you want to see it. I'm not telling you it's a bad movie. I'm telling you I didn't like it. Here's the reasons why. Now you decide if it's something that you want to see. And that's what a friend does.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
What a good friend you are, Mr.
Well, thank
Dicer.
you. Thank you.
All right, on to number 2.
Yep.
Johnny Depp plays a dashing gentleman in the new comedy Mordecai. In the film, Mordecai must retrieve a stolen painting and in the process gets into all kinds of hilarious mischief. All right, this one working for you?
It's a little bit too strange for its own good. Now you kind of expect that with Johnny Depp, right? He's a really quirky actor, really quirky guy, and this is no different in this, except for the movie has a real problem with, I think, understanding what kind of movie it is. It isn't sure if it wants to be kind of like a Wes Anderson, quirky, artistic kind of movie, or maybe it just wants to be over the top, broad humor, like let's say Mike Myers and Austin Powers. Those are the two kind of feels I get, and it just kind of went back and forth in a way that I wasn't sure what kind of movie that it really wanted to be. And so that gets a little bit distracting. Plus, it's really weird that it decides to be kind of this rated R movie when it feels like very easily it could have been PG-13. It might have been better for kind of the broad comedy that they wanted, the broader audience that maybe they wanted to reach. And again, it's really sad because the performances in it, especially aside from Johnny Depp, really aren't bad. Gwyneth Paltrow's in this. It was great to see Jeff Goldblum, who I haven't really seen in a movie for a while. It was great to see him back because I love him. But overall, I just don't think the humor quite works.
Yeah, Johnny Depp is quirky though, so you got to know going in.
He's certainly an acquired taste, and this is even more of an acquired taste. It makes me wonder if down the road a few years, it'll be like one of those cult hits where people who like it still love it and quote it and like the things about it. But that's the only chance.
Like Dumb and Dumber for me.
Yeah, something like that, or Napoleon Dynamite, or something where when it comes out you're not sure, but then afterwards it kind of. But I don't think that's the case with this one.
Okay, so best, worst, and final grade on this one.
Best thing about this one, I said the vast cast, like I mentioned, a lot of great people in this. Worst thing, I said tone deaf, doesn't quite understand the kind of movie that it really is. And as far as an overall grade, I said a C-.
So a D and a C. Is there anything that is a must-see this weekend?
Not coming out this weekend. There is Jennifer Aniston's out in Cake. that has been out for a while and is just releasing wide, and that's kind of getting some buzz for her performance in that. As far as, there are plenty of great movies still out at the theater, you know, like for award season and that kind of stuff that you might want to see.
Give me your number one pick.
Selma right now is one I think you have to see.
Right.
I think it's just really, really good.
All right, your movie friend Aaron Dicer, more from him at ky3.com. When we come back, Jeremy Rabe finishing up this week's winter project for this end of January before we move into springtime. Stay with us. We'll be right back.